one of the variably and... You gotta stand up, buddy. Up. Come here. Come closer. Come sit. Okay, come sit. There you go. Hi, Sarah and Arbor here today to talk to you about how you can make someone fall in love with you, but we're gonna draw inspiration from one of our classic monsters, one of the arguably most desirable monsters that you might run across, vampires. So this is bad advice. Please don't do this. This is a very bad way to make someone fall in love with you. It's just manipulation. Please don't do this. Bad advice. But this is how a vampire gets someone to fall in love with them. And we are going to be making some treats today, some sweet treats to go with some bad, toxic advice. And as we make these treats today, we're going to talk about 4 things in particular about how vampires make people fall in love with them, and how bad actors in real life make people addicted to them, basically. We're going to talk about eye contact, charm, shape change, and loyalty. And then of course we will do an Arbor ability check. In there, we gotta get one of those in, and then we'll test our cookies at the end. So, are you ready? Yeah. Or everywhere. Okay. All right. So we are making some beet-based cookies today because I wanted something nice and red for vampires, right? Yeah. Nice and red, nice and bright red. So we're working with beets. Now, I'm going to actually change up the recipe as written. It said to boil your beets, but that's kind of a boring process for all of you at home. So we are going to grate them. I was experimenting with my recipes anyway, so this is a nice beet experiment that we have going on. So instead, I'm going to, we're going to peel them and then we're going to grate them. And then we'll see how the texture goes and if we've got to adapt on the fly, add more water or what. Yeah, beets. Now beets are good for dogs in small amounts. They are high in fiber, potassium, magnesium, folate, and vitamin C. I don't have notes on the fridge, leave me alone. So they are high in all of those things, which is good for your dog, but they are also high in sugar and carbs. So you want to make sure that they're not a main part of your dog's diet because they could lead to obesity or pancreatitis, which we don't want. And another reason why beets aren't the best for dogs in high amounts is because they contain something called oxalic acid. And oxalic acid can lead to the formation of bladder stones, kidney stones, urinary crystals, or calcium deficiencies. So if your dog has any issue with calcium deficiency or kidney stones, probably avoid giving them beets. And another fun thing to note, just like in humans, beets can cause red urine in dogs for about 12 to 24 hours after consuming. So if your dog's urine is a little bit red after you give them a little bit of beets, it's normal. It's the same with you. If you eat beets, you might pee red. But if it goes on longer than 24 hours, you should check with your vet because that's not normal. All right, Arbor, we're almost ready for grading. Are you ready? He's sleepy. He's a sleepy guy today. No, that's opposite. Up, get up. Here, I'm gonna do it right here. Up, buddy, up. This is Arbor's defense mechanism. When he doesn't want to stand up, he fully rolls over, which is very cute. Makes filming hard. Okay, buddy, we got these. Up, come on. All right, he'll get up when he wants to. Now we're gonna grate some beets. You fine with this? Are you getting hit with flying beet? Yeah? Okay, so I only need a cup and a half of beet, puree. I think. Okay, we'll do one more. Okay, that's all the beets that we're gonna need. So I will save these other ones and eat them. Okay. Are we on some beets? Here, bud. Up. What's this? What's this? Up. Okay. You want the beets? No? he hears people talking outside. How exciting. All right. Not offended by beets. Maybe he doesn't want to eat them just raw like this. You want any? No? Don't go away. Don't go away. Come here. Come here. Come on, baby. Yeah. Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay. Can you sit? Good boy. Okay, so now that the loud process of grating beets is done, we can continue talking about vampires. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is eye contact. Now I did see the newest Nosferatu in order to prepare for this video, but Arbor, you gotta come back. Gotta be in this. We can talk about eye contact, but since I'm done being bled on by beets, we are actually going to dress Arbor up in a shirt from our wonderful sponsor. Roll clip!
Geek Tropical is a US-based small business with over 400 amazing geeky and nerdy designs available on super soft button-up shirts like Arbor and I are wearing, or you can snag them on Hawaiian shirts, bucket hats, dresses, or even kids' Hawaiian shirts. You'll find designs for D&D dudes, science sweeties, fantasy fiends, botany bros, anime appreciators, queer queens, and more. Whatever your interest, Geek Tropical probably has a design for you. All of their designs are licensed from artists who actually get royalties for every sale of their designs. Plus, Geek Tropical has a firm no AI art stance, so you can rest assured knowing that every purchase you make will support a geeky or nerdy individual just like you. And that's not all. Geek Tropical prints to order to avoid a lot of the waste from large batch fast fashion processes. They use a trademarked, super soft, stretchy, moisture-wicking fabric, and they have over 1,500 5-star reviews. So if you'd like to join the party, use the link in the description to help support this channel, and use code ARBOR, that's ARBOR, at checkout to get 10% off your purchase. Thank you to Geek Tropical for sponsoring this video and sustainably crafting such awesome geek-tastic clothing.
Thank you to Geek Tropical again for sponsoring this video and helping Arbor to look so sharp in this very appropriately themed shirt for dangerous love, swords and hearts. Hey bud? Yeah? Should we keep baking so you can have good treats? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so now that we're all decked out, we are going to add a little bit of oil and an egg into our recipe here. I was always very excited about this. Ooh. So the Spoiled Hounds recipe did call for coconut oil, but dogs can have olive oil as long as it's in small amounts. And this is 3/4 of a teaspoon, so it's a pretty small amount spread across all the cookies. You wanna try that? I'm not sure about that. And then an egg. Arbor likes eggs. Look at this. Look what's here. Is that good? Is that good? Okay, so eye contact. Now, when I think of vampires, I usually think of eye contact. It's that look, that staring in the eyes. You cannot break my gaze sort of things. And we see this a lot. We don't see it in the in the newest Nosferatu. It doesn't really feature, but in like Vox Machina, the vampires in that show have a ability to control people, and staring them deeply in the eyes is a part of that. And you can see it. I found a movie as I was working on this called what was it called? Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, and it's got a really classic moment of look into my eyes, you can't look away sort of thing. So vampires use this eye contact to help enthrall their victims. And there are many studies in actual science that show that eye contact helps to increase feelings of trust and connectedness between people. And there's actually like a relationship exercise that, or if you will, where you're supposed to like sit down and stare at your partner, just like pure eye contact for like 5 minutes. I actually did this with a partner in the past, and it's a really intense experience. You feel incredibly vulnerable. You feel really seen. You feel really, really noticed, you know, which is incredibly vulnerable. And it brings up a lot of emotions. It's a very strange, if you watched the latest Love is Blind Love is Blind Germany, a couple does this and they just like start spontaneously crying. It's a very intense experience. So eye contact really has this ability to make us feel in connection to the person that we're talking to feel seen, to feel loved, to feel safe with, in a way. And as I discussed in my friendship video, there was a study that people thought that if someone was lying to you, then they're going to be looking away a lot. But expert liars actually maintain better eye contact because they know that this helps people think like people trust them, because it's like, oh, I'm staring right into your eyes. You can trust me. If I was lying, I would look away, sort of thing. But they just know. They're really good at lying, and they figured out that that's a thing that they have to do to maintain their lies. But as we all know, too much eye contact can be intense or creepy, very aggressive even, very like animalistic to predators kind of staring each other down idea. It can be very antagonistic. It's very situation dependent. And if the eye contact is welcome, or if you feel safe in the situation or safe with the person. So eye contact can be a big one for helping to build trust or to abuse someone's trust. Again, don't do it. Don't be a vampire. Moving on. Okay. You like that? Yeah? Give it a try. Okay, the next step in our baking process is our dry ingredients. So we need to mix 2.5 cups of oat flour, which I have for dog baking purposes. All right, 1, that's a half. And then 2 halves. All right, that's a good sign that he's interested in. So we're gonna play fast and loose with our measurements here. Because sometimes I follow really exactly and you get what you want, and sometimes you follow really closely and it doesn't work. So, you know, and we're changing it anyway. It's all an experiment. All right, okay. Yeah, is it good? Yeah. Okay, come back here, buddy. Come, no, leave it. Come here. This, come here. Yeah, it's good, it's a good sign. The recipe says to put some baking soda in, but it also says that if you want your beets to stay more red, then you should add some apple cider vinegar and baking powder instead. So we'll do that now as well. Okay, we needed how much? Half tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Hi. Yep. Half tablespoon of that. And then 2 teaspoons baking powder. You didn't like this, did you? I would normally just put this in here, but I'm pretty sure he liked it. So we're just gonna do this. Are you helping? Hi, yep, you're doing a good job. Good job. Okay. We'll just mix with this, that's fine. So again, not mixing together too much stuff. It's a very simple recipe, which is good. Nice low amount of ingredients. Where are you going? Are you helping? So the next element of our vampire charm is charm. Straight up charm. In D&D, vampires have an actual charm ability where someone will view them as a friend, like a trusted friend, basically. And they're not under their control, but they are much more likely to listen to their advice. Yeah, basically, like, it makes them a very trusted friend, and they'll want to protect them and defend them as long as the vampire and their allies are not actually attacking the victim, the subject here. And we are gonna connect. Come over here. If you want to be chaotic, you gotta be facing the camera. Come on. Okay. Now we mix. So we are connecting charm and the next ability to something called love bombing. Now, love bombing is a manipulation tactic. It's a deceitful, abusive psychologically abusive and emotionally abusive tactic to control someone. It's like an excessive display of attraction and attention. There's usually excessive gift giving, excessive compliments, usually all not asked for by the person. And the gifts are usually quite elaborate as well. There's a lot of talk of the future really, really early on, talking about like, oh, like, you're my soulmate, I knew it from the moment that we met. You might hear the phrase like twin flames thrown around, that sort of idea. This is not coming together like a normal dough because I did not puree the beet. So I'm probably gonna do some stuff by hand. We'll add some water along with that. Love bombing is usually most associated with romantic relationships. It can be found in any relationship. And you see this at cults as well. In cults, at the beginning stages, someone first goes to a meeting and they're made to feel like the most special, the most important person. And that is a love bombing tactic. It's a way to kind of hook somebody in and make them dependent on you in some way. You know? All right, we're gonna add a little bit of water because our mixture is quite dry. I don't want to add too much because it will become impossible to work with. Oh, I might have added too much. Get out. Over here. What are you going to do? Okay. All right. I overdid it. Okay. Can I leave this here? Probably not. Get out. Get out. Sorry, buddy. Well, I'm glad he's interested. I was worried at the start of this video that he wouldn't be interested, but that was a silly thought. So of course he's interested. It's a baking video. We just had to get to the fun part, not the cutting up beets part. Okay, I think we are about ready there. Here we go. So I added a little bit of water and then a little bit more flour. And I think we have a workable dough. Excellent. Let's keep it safe from the dog so I can actually cut it. Right over there. Okay, no. Okay, over here. Around. Come here. Come on. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about as well is shape change. So this is, love bombing is 3 phases, and shape change incorporates the second and third phases. This is so much harder than recording the audio separately. All right, okay. Where did I put the cookie cutters? Okay, they're there. We are going to make some anatomical hearts and some bats, because vampires, and I think I'm going to get tired of cutting out the anatomical hearts. Okay, so shape change. We all know with vampires that they are expert shape changers. They go over here, come here. They can turn into bats. Sometimes they can like fully shape change into other things. In D&D, they can turn into mists. It's a very fun time. Lots of shape changing. In love bombing, come over here. Okay. In love bombing, stage 2 is the devalue stage. So they may try to isolate their victim. They will get really jealous, like try to isolate them from friends and family. You know, like, oh, if you are talking to your family, then that's you're being like disrespectful towards me, and they get really insecure in that way, very, very controlling. So this is the devalue stage. They may also start, this is so hard to do with one hand, okay. Take a chaos break from talking. I need millions. Flour. No. over here. Come here, come here. I'm using this small table because my big table has a puzzle on it, but this small table was a bad idea. He's far too mobile. Okay, cut it a heart. Perfect. Get out, get out. Let's see if I can get it out of here. Cookie cutter is really tough to extract from. A heart cookie. Okay, come over here, around. Come over here, come on, come here. Okay, and then we have phase 2 is devalue, and phase 3 is discard. So once they have made you really dependent on them, potentially isolated from your friends and family, your like external support system, then they over here, come here, come here, leave it, over here, come here, come on, come on. Okay, there you go. Okay, you sit. Good. Oh, that's a good boy. Oh, we just needed a hug. Oh, we just want to lick my hand. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break from making that to finish talking about the discard phase. So this really happens especially strongly if you try to confront them or set boundaries or leave. Then they will do a flip to essentially like, oh, well, like you're worthless, you're not worth my time. They might even say like you were abusing me, and this is disgusting. I hate this. Almost as much as I hate love bombing. Not a fan of goopy things, and that is all that was. So devalue and discard, and then they might just like pick up and leave and disappear because you are like worthless to them now at this discard stage. I will fix whatever's happening up there later. This is more important. Okay. While I have his attention here, I'm just going to make cuts and then put them over there. This is why we have bats too. We will do bats in the second round, so it will be faster. We're good. It's actually cutting out pretty well, which is nice. And it seems like the using ground beets so far, or using shredded beets so far, has not made any noticeable negative changes to the cookie dough, other than like we had to add a little bit of water, but that's fine. Doing the shredding, you got to see all the, it looked really bloody, which is always fun. When you're talking about vampires, right? Vampires? Vampires. Being very good, thank you. Well, thanks. Okay. Doing a little bit? A little bit? There you go, that's a good boy. And so we didn't really see much of the charm stage in Nosferatu, the most recent one. It was not my favorite movie in the world. It had some really cool visuals, but I think overall it was just kind of confused as to what it was saying or what it wanted to focus on. And yeah, so we didn't really see any of these love bombing stages. We saw more obsession than anything, but we did see loyalty, which would be our stage 4 here. So loyalty in Nosferatu is in his, Herr Nock, the guy's boss, who is then under this vampire's thrall, right? He becomes his servant, he wants to please him, wants to do anything for him, he thinks he's a god. So that's the loyalty side of things. Now in real people, this level of loyalty to a bad actor is sometimes referred to as being a flying monkey. Like you see, this looks like meat and it's very strange for me as a vegetarian. So in real people, we call this loyalty to a bad actor, sort of in the way that Herr Nock is loyal to Nosferatu. We see this in something called flying monkeys. Now, if you are familiar with The Wizard of Oz, you will know about flying monkeys. That is where the term comes from. It's the Wicked Witch's monkey servant minions, who are these terrifying creatures who will do her bidding and fly around her and encourage all of her bad, evil plans. And so this term is usually used with narcissism, people who surround a narcissist and help to like defend them or help their plans, encourage their plans, save them, protect them, all these things. This is what these flying monkeys do. They help to keep them safe, keep them not having to be responsible for their actions, for their bad actions. And this might be because they themselves were abused by this person, so they are now trying to come back and keep themselves safe, basically, by defending this person and not giving them any reason to treat them negatively. So that's oftentimes where it starts. Sometimes they may also have these sort of like narcissistic or manipulative traits, and they enjoy the chaos and drama and pain that they're causing. Oftentimes it is a self-defense mechanism that just kind of like goes too far and then they're stuck, hurting people. And then they oftentimes really lose their sense of self. Their identity becomes very, very wrapped up in the person that they're defending, the person that's hurting other people, and yeah, they just lose their sense of self. Okay, we're almost done this stage. You're being very good. You lie down. Yeah, are you tired? Yeah? Okay, we'll make one bet, 2 bets. Ha ha ha. Bet. We'll see. We can't make one more bet. It smells good. I mean, it smells like beets and flour. It's not overall a bad smell. We'll make one more of these. Sure. Be mindful when you buy cookie cutters. If they have lots of these little fun cutout bits, it's fun, but then stuff always gets stuck in them. Okay. Wait. Great. Arbor. Oh, spoke too soon. Let's use some of this. Here, one more. Is that good? Yeah? You excited for these to bake? Yeah? Okay, I'll put them in. Let's see. We can do this. Ooh. Okay. They're going in at 350 for 15 to 18 minutes. So we'll start with 15 minutes and see how they are. Quick wipe down just so that I can move this table. Oh, thanks. Thanks, buddy. Nope, leave it, Arbor. Leave it. Thank you. Leave it, Arbor. Enjoy. Arbor ability check. Okay, so since we're talking about vampires, we are going to do a ability check to see if Arbor was going to be able to resist the charm effect. Now in D&D, a vampire charm effect has a DC of 17, and it is a wisdom saving throw. The saving throw differs from a normal check that we usually do because, hey, come back here. Come back here. Oh, good catch. Good catch. Oh, good catch. So a saving throw differs from a regular check because depending on your class and a few different features, you might have extra bonuses to saving throws. So like Arbor has a 13 in wisdom, which gives him a +1 to this roll as a wisdom roll. Most charm effects have a wisdom roll to avoid. So he has DC 17. He's got a +1 from his normal wisdom. But then I was saying he might be a sorcerer, and sorcerers actually have proficiency in charisma. This isn't charisma, this is wisdom. Oh, I was wrong. So Arbor only has a +1, which means he has to roll a 16 or higher to avoid being charmed by a vampire. What do you think? You feeling lucky? Yeah? Want to do with advantage? Because I'll be right here. I'll be your pal. Yeah? Okay, ready? Hold. Break. Happy? Break. He's working on a really good roll. Yep. Good boy. Arbor! Arbor! He got a 17, which means he does indeed pass the DC. He gets an 18. You passed. The vampires can't get you. You did good. Good job, bud. Yeah. You want someone roll with advantage? Yeah. See if he gets a nat 20. Okay, hold. Break. He does do better. He doesn't get a 20, but he gets an 18. So there you go. That's very good, Arbor. That's very good. You got a 17 and an 18, so you got an 18 and a 19. Arbor would successfully resist a vampire attack. Really good. Wow. You're just gonna walk away. Wanna play? Oh, come here. You can't stand with your butt to the camera. Just butt to the camera. Oh, good catch. Good job. Okay, can I slide you? Can I slide you? Oh. There we go. There we go. Oh. Fix your bandana. If you like the bandanas that Arbor and I are wearing, this is actually a bandana all rolled up, or the dice tray, nice, well, this one's covered in fur, but it's got a felt backing to it. These are both available in our Etsy store, A Bunch of Crows, which would be the second sponsor to this video. This is the I Can't Believe You're Mine, and this is the winter, I forget what it's called, winter something, winter animals? Or you can pick any of my two fabrics and get your custom bandana. 4 sizes available. Arbor and I both wear medium. Ready? Ready? Catch it. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. You think? Should we roll to see if I could resist? I don't know what my bonus to wisdom would be. We'll say I have a 0. I rolled a 4. I would be charmed by the vampires. Well, win some, lose some. You could save me then, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good boy. Okay, time to take them out of the oven. They have been in there just over 20 minutes. And I realized something very silly, very funny. In the chaos of trying to make these with Arbor around, they look pretty good, buddy. Yeah, you and your chaos. Instead of putting in 2.5 cups of oat flour, I put in 1.5 cups of oat flour. So if you were trying to make these at home with my different new way to do it, it would be like 1.5 cups of grated beets plus 1.5 cups of oat flour and a little splash of water. And then a little bit more oat flour to balance it all out. Maybe I should have followed the instructions. Gotta let it cool. Okay. All right, it's time to test. We have our cookie here. I'll show you before Arbor gets to it. Came out looking pretty good. It's got a nice, it'll have a nice crunch to it. He's ready. Are you ready? Okay. Okay, let's go. Over here. Over here. Okay, come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. All right, sir. Moment of truth. Oh, it's still kind of gooey on the inside. That's nice. There you go. You don't like it? Try again. Here. He just didn't like me handing it to him. What do you think? Overall, maybe not quite as appealing as the raw dough. Maybe that's what's happening. But a success. And that does it. Thank you so much for watching till the end. We really appreciate you being here. Please make sure to like and leave a comment, especially if you try this. I'd love to know your experiments on my experiment. And make sure to subscribe to join our curious community. You think, should they join? Ear flaps mean